everyone is happy, I would like everyone to please mute their microphones. Mr. Matara will be presenting to us, and he will be the only one that we can hear. If everybody can please mute their screen, and on my side, I will be making sure that whoever that needs to speak, I will put them on screen. Is everybody good?
Yeah, I will start by welcoming those who are attending.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, colleagues. I'm so sorry about what happened earlier on. We couldn't connect. I know that there are many people who wanted to join tonight's meeting, but I couldn't disappoint those who are still waiting and waiting and waiting. Hence, I decided that, no, let's try and continue with those who are already in the meeting. Without waste of time, we have Mr. Awafani Matara, who has an LLB degree from VETS, and she has a Blair's degree from Vista University. He has a 10 years experience in compliance manager and a legal advisor, especially in the insurance industry. She's the director of A Matada Inc. since 2017 up to this date. She's a co-owner of Chesa Compliance Office. She will be explaining to us firstly what is the compliance office all about. And he's a compliance manager of Saria since November 2015 until June 2017, a compliance manager and a legal advisor of the Union Life Limited from October 2015 up to November 2015. And he was a legal and compliance officer of Teleshop Group of Insurance from the year of 2011 and 2013. And at some stage around 2002, he was a public prosecutor and is a senior analyst, as well as a legal advisor. Mr. Matada, you can come forward and present to us. And thank I hope even next time when I call you, you will be available. Just I apologize.
Evening, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity. I've noted that the topic is that to understand all about the FSCA. However, what we have done or what I've prepared is will incorporate what the responsibility of an FSCA is, but at the same time, given the fact that people are coming from the SAFPA as an organization, we thought it proper to customize it so that the members of SAFPA can understand the applicable legislations and the consequences of not adhering to the legislations. We'll also provide you with the practical example or enforcement action that has been taken against other funeral parlors in the recent past. Having said that, I think I can proceed unless if there's a question. If you happen to have a question, please, you can stop me at any time, or you can wait until the end of the presentation. So, Chesa compliance practice was established in 2017. I'm the only director of Chesa compliance practice. This is an independent compliance service. We provide compliance services to insurers, brokers, and administrators. In our current book of clients, we do have 4 typical insurers that we are assisting with the compliance services. In line with the Prudential Authority, I am on the head of compliance in those 4 typical insurers. And we do have a number of brokers that we assist with compliance on daily basis. So the list is more than, I can say more than 20 FSPs are our clients, and we provide a regular compliance service to them. anything that has to do with compliance with the FSCA Act, with FSCA, in particular the FACE Act, Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act. Maybe just a bit of information around the FSCA and also the Prudential Authority. So around 2017, 2019, the Reserve Bank and or National Treasury, they deemed it fit to align the work of the Prudential Authority and that of FSCA. At the FSCA, they regulate insurers, pension funds, brokers, and other institutions, K2 brokers, and the likes, asset managers, and the likes. So, how they regulate at FSCA is that they look into conduct of those regulated institutions, as I indicated, insurers, brokers, and the likes. So they look into market conduct in particular. For example, complaints and claims and how they are treating their customers. So that's on the side of the FSCA. On the other hand, the Prudential Authority, which is part of the Reserve Bank, they look into the financial side of insurers, pension funds, and other institutions that falls under the mandate of the Prudential Authority. So what they did was, or they call it, at the time they used to call it twin peak regulation, separating market conduct and financial part of the business of pension fund, insurers, and other institutions, and the banks. So, insurance business. I consider it appropriate to simplify or to just remind ourselves as to what is an insurance business. Insurance business entails, or you find the following element in the insurance business definition: taking of money, which is premium from members of the public as brokers, funeral parlor, and insurers on monthly basis, regular basis, or on annual basis. That's one, taking money on regular basis from members of the public. Two, with the undertaking by the broker or insurer of funeral parlor to pay policy holders, clients, cash, or render funeral service on the happening of the event. So if you are a funeral parlor and then you said, no, we will give you, or we'll give you a casket, we'll also provide you with the transportation and the likes on the happening of the event, insured event. The insured event here is death. If you're doing that, you must be insurer, broker, or juristic person. A juristic person, a juristic person is a company that can be linked to a broker or an insurer and operate as that particular broker. So it's an extension of a broker or an extension of an insurer. If you're involved in taking money with the promise to render service or payment of cash, you should register with the FSCA. That's the last point that I highlighted there. So maybe the question is, who can render financial services? Only insurers that are registered with FSCA under FACE Act, only brokers, FSPs that are registered under Section 7 of the FACE Act, and their representative are the one who can render advice and intermediate services. In a nutshell, financial services entails rendering of an advice and or intermediary services. So maybe a question is, what is an advice? Advice include, for example, where an agent of a broker or insurer will be providing guidance, recommendation to a client. Let's say, for example, a person wants to take out a life policy. The person will explain that this life policy incorporate, for example, disability, retrenchment, and the likes, and then give a client an option to pick the appropriate plan for himself and his family. While intermediary services include, for example, where a person walk into your office and said, no, I want to take your plan B. I want to take policy plan B, and then you will then maybe assisting him to complete the information. He can complete the information with your guidance or and your agent will be assisting that particular individual to complete the application form. So your agent in that aspect will be intermediating between the client and your institution. So if you're doing that, you're rendering advice and intermediary services, you must register with the FSCA as a financial service provider and or work as a juristic rep. Juristic rep, as I indicated, it can be any company, any person, or any institution that is interested in to enter into financial services, but they don't have the certain credentials. So they can come under your FSP SJR, but they are considered to be an extension of your company. Thank you. Authorization and licensing. Funeral class of business is categorized as under subcategory A or under friendly society benefits. Long-Term Insurance Act stipulates that all funeral products below 100,000 falls under funeral class of business. So I'm sure you are aware of the Twin Peak, not Twin Peak, of micro conjunction with the PA. They now issue license under micro insurance. So micro insurers are also, if they are in the funeral space, they can also sell up to 100,000 plans. Is there a question? I can only see one person on the group. I don't know if we are all here.
Yes, we are. They can hear you. If there's any questions, I will add the person on too, so that we can be able to hear them.
Are the members or people in the group still in the group? Because I can see.
Yes, they are. Can you
Prince
hear me?
Louis.
Yes. Everyone else is still here and they can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because on my side I cannot see any. Okay, thank you very much. So funeral insurance business under Insurance Act. So in 2017, the Insurance Act introduced this Twin Peak regulation that I talk about, where they separate between the PA and the PA.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that Mr. Matada's signal is hanging for now because this is a live session, but he should be back soon. Oh, Mr. Matara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, now you're back. You can continue. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. So, as I was saying, in 2017, the under the guidance of the Reserve Bank, the Insurance Act 18 of 2017 was became into effect, and via this Insurance Act, the FSCA and the Prudential Authority can issue joint standards, as I've indicated on my presentation, to clarify any 20. That joint communication standard clarified certain regulatory requirements applicable to funeral insurance policies. So they clarified the issue of a maximum of 100,000 rand. So meaning that as an insurer, as a micro insurer, or as a broker that is selling funeral insurance business, you can sell up to 100,000 rand. Exceed, even though one might have rider benefits, it should not exceed 100,000 rand. All in all, should be 100,000 rand. So, for example, the insurer or broker can have, let's say, for example, a cover of 95,000 rand, and then 5,000 rand can be used, or they can cater for example, repatriation. So as long as the rider benefits like airtime and other adds on, they should not exceed 100,000 rand. So that's what has been introduced by the Insurance Act. I don't see any other person other than myself. Other than myself, I don't know if everyone is still here.
Everyone is still here. If anybody is not here or there are any questions, I will let you know, and we can add them to ask their question directly. Yes.
Okay. So another important aspect for the industry to understand is that there is section, mind you, before the introduction of the Insurance Act, there's always been, in the short-term space, there was a Short-Term Insurance Act, and in the long-term space where funeral and life covers used to be regulated, and still regulated, there was and there is Long-Term Insurance Act. So if one looks into the Long-Term Insurance Act, Section 53, which is still relevant today, it says that despite the terms of assistance policy, so this 100,000 rand policy, funeral policy is considered to be, or another term used to describe funeral insurance policy is called assistance policy. So this section says that the policyholder is entitled to demand that a policy benefit which is expressed otherwise than in a sum of money be provided as a sum of money. In other words, if, for example, I enter into ABC funeral parlor and I said, no, I'm taking this option of casket, 5 family, motor vehicle, and the likes. However, come claim stage, I then said, no. My brother has secured another in a funeral parlor that will be rendering funeral service. And as a result, I now require or request you to pay me what I indicated earlier for services. Now I'll require you to pay me in cash. And insurers, brokers must adhere to the request of the policyholder. If you look into number 2, the sum of money must be equal in value to the cost of long-term insurer would have incurred had the policy benefits provided otherwise. Otherwise is where a service has been rendered, funeral service has been rendered. So in a way, or in a nutshell, this section is saying that, yes, a client might come to you and say, I want cash, and that client can decide otherwise and say, no, since you do have a funeral parlor, please render for me a funeral service. So it means that you must render a funeral service equivalent to the amount or to the value of the policy that a client has taken at the time. So should he change the mind, we should also adhere to his request or her request. So this section, the importance of this section include that one can have an arrangement with policyholders. Some of them, they don't have this knowledge or this, the knowledge of this section, which says that they do have an option. So should it happen that, yes, they want cash, we must provide same. And a situation where, for example, a funeral parlor will say that this is only cash plan or service plan. It will be against this particular provision, which therefore means that one cannot contract against the law that regulates the industry. So one cannot contract over and above the law. So you must be mindful of this particular section, the options that are available for the policyholder when it comes to the benefits payout. In terms of section 7 of the financial, well, now we're talking about authorization of brokers and JRs. So section 7 of the Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act says that no person may act as a financial service provider, stroke broker, and render services to the clients sector conductors. Basically, this means that one must be licensed to be a broker before you can provide advice and render intermediary services. All in all, you must be mindful of the fact that as a broker, you are not a risk carrier. A risk carrier is an insurer, a big brother. So meaning that you place your book with an insurance company licensed for the category of products that you would like to push to the general public. So at all time, it is not allowed that as a broker, FSP, you underwrite your own business. That's why the insurers are there. They are there to make sure that they carry the risk. You will recall during the time of COVID that there were challenges, even from the insurer side and also broker side. But people who felt it most, or brokers who felt it most, are those brokers who didn't have an underwriter around the COVID period. So they didn't have a backup, and as a result, they found themselves in either closing their shop and the likes. The first act reiterates that transaction conducted between a product supplier and the client with regard to service rendered to the client by a person not authorized as a financial service provider on behalf of an unauthorized person is not automatically unenforceable against the product supplier, merely for the lack of authorization. Yes, there are people who operate or who sell insurance products to the general public, but not authorized in terms of the First Act with the FSCA, and who are also operating without an underwriter. So this provision is saying that despite the fact that you didn't have an arrangement with the insurer, you didn't register, it doesn't make that, it doesn't exonerate you from enforcement. So you will see as I go along the example of funeral parlors that were penalized in the recent past for not complying. So they were selling insurance business or insurance product, but they didn't have an underwriter. They were not registered. But the FSCA stepped in and penalized those institutions. Section 13 of the FSCA Act states that a person may not provide financial assistance on behalf of a person who is not authorized FSP or who is not exempted from the application of the FSCA Act. So Section 13, in a nutshell, talks of an agent, of a broker or insurer. That particular person must be authorized by an FSP or by insurer to sell the product. And this include, for example, the fact that the insurer or the broker must give the agent or representative a mandate to show that a person has been authorized to sell the insurance product. And the very same person who's the agent and or a JR will be linked at the FSA portal under your license as an FSP. And that completes the entire process of making sure that agents are registered. They also receive training before they can go out and sell, and then they must be given a mandate to show to the general public that yes, where are you coming from? I'm coming from Matada Financial Services. Where is your mandate? They will then produce same, and then their mandate will then tell if that particular person is working under supervision and the product that a person is selling or authorized to sell under Matada Financial Services, as an example. A person who acts on behalf of authorized FSP must provide that they are rendering financial services on behalf of the client. That's the mandate that I was talking about. The General Code of Conduct so I cannot see some of the writing here. Sorry. I think I'll just keep it, but basically it's talking about the JR, juristic rep. So the JR, as I indicated, is a company that is interested in the financial service space. To enter into financial service space before they can be registered as an FSP, they can work with the registered FSP and be linked at the FSCA portal as juristic reps. So what happened if one failed to adhere to the legislation, the FSCA Act, Insurance Act, and the likes? So here are some of the examples. The Guyana Specialized Commercial Crime Court in Limpopo sentenced ET Funeral Scheme a fine of 10,000 Rand and 5,000 Rand for fraud and for contravention of Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act. That's the FACE Act, respectively. In addition, the owner of ET Funeral, Mr. Dani Melon Chakuma, was sentenced to a fine of 50,000 Rand or 6 years imprisonment and further 10,000 Rand for violating the FACE Act. So what happened in this instance or in this case was that this ET Funeral was operating without FSP license, and they've been taking money from the members of the general public, as I indicated. It is under Insurance Act, and as a result, one must comply with the FACE Act. That's what Guyana Specialized Commercial Crime ruled in the ET Funeral Scheme.
Sorry, Mr. Matara, before you continue, Can you just go back to the last point? Your microphone went dead there just for like 30 seconds. If you can just repeat your last point in full. Apologies again, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that Mr. Matada's connection is not good on his side. I am.
Sorry,
Hi, Mr. Matada. Can you? Yeah, you were offline there for a minute. Can we get your presentation back and then we can let you continue?
Yes, please.
Okay, as soon as it's on the screen, then you can continue.
Okay. Is it the screen?
No, not yet. It's not loaded yet. It's not loaded yet.
Is it appearing?
I'll tell you now.
Not appearing, yes?
No, not yet. I'm not sure what you did.
Dr. Prue, can you assist you with maybe sharing the presentation? Because as I indicated, this is a new system for me.
Okay, you can send it to me on email.
Okay.
You can. I'm putting it on the comments now. This is my email address. You can send it through to this email address.
Okay, just a second so that I can go to. Can you maybe just share your email, because I cannot even see the comments, and then I will share with you.
It's PRI, P for Prince.
Yes.
LEW, L for Lewis. At gmail.com.
So it's PRIELW at gmail.com.
No. PRILEW.
ELW. PRL.
No, LEW.
Okay.
PRI.
PRI.
LEW.
Okay. No, I got it. Thanks. Let me share.
Thank you. Okay, as soon as it comes through, then I will add it on.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll forward it to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We should be up and going as soon as the presentation is on my side. There we go. I have received it. I am just uploading it now. Okay, what page are we on?
I think you can just post and then I'll direct you. Sorry.
No
We
problem.
are on slide number 9.
Okay, I'm just waiting for it. It's uploading. There we go. There we go.
Yes. So if you look at the consequences, like the one of where ET Funeral was penalized. So despite the fact that ET Funeral was not registered as an FSP, the FSCA managed to refer the matter to the Commercial Crime Court, and then the institution was penalized. So it is linked to my earlier point where I indicated that despite the fact that one is not within the regulated net, it doesn't mean that he or she or the institution won't be penalized. Point number 2, yes, it's just an expansion of what happened to ET Funeral. So the ET Funeral refused to pay clients' claims for funeral benefits. One complainant who had paid premium from 2005 was defrauded and informed that the rules were amended, and as such, ET Funeral no longer provide cash payout to policyholders. Both ET Funeral and Nechakuma pleaded guilty to fraud charges and admitted operating funeral scheme without due authorization. So again, this is also linked to that section 53 that I highlighted, that a person a policyholder do have an option to say, I want my benefit in the form of a service or a cash, and then whichever the policyholder has indicated, he must be provided with same. So, but if you can see here, ET Funeral was saying, no, we've discontinued the cash payout. However, their submission was not listened to by the Enforcement Committee of the FSCA. This serves as a reminder to FSP to ensure that upholding the integrity of uphold the integrity of the financial industry. This can be done by ensuring that they avoid practices that are contrary to the treatment of customers fairly. So again, it goes hand in hand with what I've indicated, that if you are a funeral parlor, you do have a contract with policyholders. Your contract cannot be against the law, which says that you must operate within these confines. For example, a person must be given an option to elect what benefits or the form of benefits that he would like to receive, other services or cash payout. Even if it happens that he's only changing at a later stage. So you can go to the next page. So in January this year, the FSCA imposed an administrative penalty of 4 million rand against Henel Funeral. Henel Funeral, Mr. Sean Andrews Peterson and Ms. Carol Anna Peterson for contravening Section 7.1 of the FACE Act, which require a person to be licensed as an FSP prior to providing the public with financial advice, as well as Section 5 of the Insurance Act of 2017, which states that no person may carry out insurance business without being licensed. So, in a nutshell, Mr. Hanel or Hanel Funeral, they were operating without being authorized in terms of the FACE Act to be a broker or an FSP, and as a result, they were penalized. As you can see, the sanction there, it is a hefty penalty that the FSC has imposed. So maybe just to add to this is that the FSCA now, before, the FSCA used to refer their matters to the Commercial Crime Unit for investigation, and the matter will then be referred to the Commercial Crime Court. But at the current moment, the FSCA does have the structure, which is called an Enforcement Committee within the FSCA, which is now operating swiftly and it has been capacitated accordingly. You find the former judge sitting as a chairperson of that enforcement committee. So cases are being dealt swiftly under the enforcement committee. In August 2025, that's now, the FSCA also issued an enforcement order against Saul City Funeral Parlour and Amahle Funeral Parlour for issuing policies that were not undertaken by any registered insurer, and in contravention of the Insurance Act, and for providing advice to a total of 220 clients, collecting a sum of 13,000 in premium and settling 50 claims amounting to 35,000. So, in a nutshell, or as I've indicated, if you are a broker or a funeral parlour that is involved in financial services, whereby you are rendering advice and intimate services, and or where you are collecting premiums with a promise that you will render services, you must have an underwriter. You must have a big brother that carries the risk. You, as a funeral parlour, you are not a carrier of risk. So your risk or the risk of your clients sit with the insurer. On your side, what you do, you enter into an agreement with underwriters, and then you will then agree on the structure. They will pay you a commission for selling their products. Again, you also have an advantage of the fact that should one of your clients elect to utilize your services, it will mean that the money that the client is claiming will come straight to your business, and then you will render service. And then there are a number of markups. So other institutions and or in some instances, your insurer might say, for this product, we would like to have or pay us 50 Rand, or clients should pay us 50 Rand. And then on your side, you can add up markup admin fee. And there are so many ways that one can make can make money, and while operating within the confines of the law. The effect of such enforcement orders on funeral that is in the FSCA may either impose administrative penalty, debarring the director of a funeral from registering as a representative of the FSP and providing services to the member of the public. So the enforcement committee may say to Mr. Hanel that you are debarred, so they can debar a person and say you are no longer allowed to operate in the industry for a period of 3 years, and then you can apply to be removed from debarment. And if you look into, for example, Mr. Herman, you'll find that he has been operating for years, and maybe it might be the only industry that he understands. So meaning that his livelihood might be taken away just like that. Again, as I indicated, this information gets shared on FSCA website. The media do have access. They will write. People or clients will run away as a result of the penalties that have been imposed for not adhering to the laws. You can move to the other slide. So at CHESA, as I indicated, we do have, we have been in operation since 2017. We do have a competent team that assists and is best positioned to deliver and implement compliance solution on wide range of issues through intensive assessment, monitoring, reporting clients, our clients can be assured that they will be equipped with skills to adhere to regulatory requirements. So ours as compliance officers, we assist in registration of FSPs. We also operate as compliance officers on an outsourced arrangement. So our team, that's myself, our Matada, the CEO of the company. We've got Webster Kubai, is the compliance manager. We've got Andile, she's compliance administrator. Ole Bucheng and Chaviso, they are assistant compliance officers. All these people have been with us for more than 1 year and a half. So Andile has been with us since 2019. Webster joined us in 2022, and Ole Bucheng, I can see Ole Bucheng joined us in 2 years ago. So yeah, we do have a team that can assist. You can move to another slide, sir. So I think this is just reiterating what I've already covered. Our team at CHESA will assist you with the application for an FSP. We offer convenience, streaming the application process, making it simpler to have all the required documentation. We process the application on your behalf. We handle paperwork so that you don't have, you focus on your business, and then we focus on the compliance aspect of your business. So I can say that our success rate when it comes to registration of FSP is 99.9. We do have a lot of experience in this field, and then it has. At the end, our clients are the one who benefits because we don't make them to run around, but we provide solutions for them. The next page, sir. So this our services. We offer accredited CBD license. We are accredited via SAIA. We also offer FSP registration, as I've indicated. We enter into an arrangement on outsource basis. We do risk management. We also assist in registration of a micro-insurer. So there's one micro-insurer that has been registered in the recent past. So if you do have an appetite to register microinsurer, we can guide you, work together until the end. We also register crypto assets license application, and then we provide, in addition to CPD, we also provide services to, training on POPIA, FICA, RE1 and RE5. So that's what we do at CHEZA. Next please. So the FSCA application fee for category 1 is 5,400 and just a second. Yeah, it's around 5,425 if I'm not mistaken. That's the fee that the FSCA require as and when one registers his or her brand as an FSP. Our fee is 7,500 rand, and then a content fee is 1,500, which includes for financial projections. Just a financial projection. We don't do that in-house. We do have a company that assists our clients. However, if one has got a company or has got an accountant, we assist by providing the templates to the accountant so that he can do financial projection. So when it comes to FSP application, so this is the amount. So all in all, around 15,000 rand. If you do have 15,000 rand, you can register a brand as an FSP. And then we take you through the entire process. There are about 9 application forms that need to be completed. There are about 11 policies that we need to complete on your behalf, and then we then process the application to the FSCA. So what we normally do is that we assess, review the application before we submit. Hence, I indicated that our success rate is around 99.9. Next page, sir. So this is where we are situated. We operate throughout the country, but we are situated in Roodepoort to Kingfisher Road. We do have a Facebook page, a WhatsApp page, an email, and also my phone number are also appearing there, including my email address. And the landline number also appears there. I think the last slide is that of questions. It is just unfortunate that I think we were also pressed with time, but I guess you did get a gist of the regulatory requirement for one to operate as a financial service provider, stroke a broker.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Matada has concluded his presentation. I have added everyone that is on the call to ask any questions that you might have. So Joe or Dr. Prue or Prudence or any other people on the webinar, you can ask your questions now.
I have a few questions. I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
The first question is, if I have an underwriter like Asupol or Mutual, do I still need to have FSCA to register with FSCA and have a license?
Okay.
The second question is, I saw that it's 15,000 to pay. Is it renewable once a month or it's once a year? Is there any other money that I'm expected to pay after the license?
Okay, let me start with the second one. On an annual basis, based on the number of your representative as an FSP, you are expected to pay levy, annual levy. It's normally around October, November. The FSCA look into your profile under the FSP portal or broker portal, and then they calculate the number of agent, and then they do have a formula that help them to come to the conclusion. So there is ombuds levy and also FSCA levy, but you get one invoice from the FSCA. And then on underwriters, yes, if you do have an underwriter, I know before the underwriters used to register entities as juristic reps, but most of the institutions have moved away from that arrangement. They expect you to have your own FSP, and again, they cannot enter into an agreement, under an agreement, unless if you are a registered FSP or you are their juristic rep. So yes, it is. Yeah, those are the two questions that you've asked. I think I did answer, unless if you require clarity. Thank you.
Any more questions? Any other questions, Joe? Dr. Prue, anybody else? More questions? Okay, it seems that there are no further questions, but maybe if you can just run through just a summary of your presentation. The reason why I say that, it's because we had some failure of connection. If you can just quickly summarize just all the highlights of the presentation.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, in a nutshell, what we did cover today was the fact that for you as a funeral parlor or an entity, if you are in the financial service space where you are rendering advice and or intermediate services. So when one talk of advice, it must go hand in hand with and or intermediate services, because others, they only do advices and others do both advices and intermediate services. As I indicated, intermediate services is where your agents will be pointing out to the prospective policyholder and say, oh, as you are indicating that you want a funeral policy for 30,000 rand, sign yes, complete this part and the likes. While advice entails giving guidance, making recommendation to a client. Another issue that I've highlighted is that if you are a funeral parlor or an institution that taking money from members of the public with a promise that you will provide them with a service or cash, it falls within the definition of insurance. And as a result, you must be registered with the FSCA as an FSP, and or you work with an FSP as a JR, and then you then become an extension of that particular FSP. So as a JR, you are considered to be an extension of the FSP that you provide service under. For example, the FSP might have an arrangement with ASUPOL. It will mean that you as a JR, you will be selling the very same product that your FSP has entered into with the insurer in question. I also touched on the fact that, there is a funeral cost of business. The limit is now, or the maximum amount that one can take or be paid under funeral insurance as class of business is 100,000 rand. So before, it was 25,000, and then they moved it to 30, and then come New Insurance Act, it was then moved to 100,000 rand. And then I think they also incorporated the developments that were brought in by Twin Peak, where, for example, there is now another leg of insurers, which is micro-insurers. And micro-insurers are allowed to sell a funeral policy of up to 100,000 rand. So, in a nutshell, everyone, a broker, insurer, if they're selling funeral insurance as class of business, the maximum is 600,000 rand. And I did touch on the consequences of failure to adhere. Oh, before that, let's talk about Section 53. So if you are a broker, you cannot contract against the Insurance Act. You cannot say that, okay, this is only service plan. There is no cash. So this Section 53 says that, no. If a person elects to have cash as a payout, as his or her benefit, he must be paid. If he elects service, he must be paid the service. Or the service must be rendered, which is equivalent to the cover. Sorry. And then I did touch on consequences of failure to adhere to a FACE Act, in particular operating an unauthorized business or unregistered, operating as an authorized, operating without a license as a financial service provider. There are consequences as per the information that I shared, the case of E.T. Funeral in Limpopo and that of Hermas Funeral, where we saw the penalty that were imposed. So I can also indicate that I think it was at the beginning of second quarter of this year, if not the last month of the first quarter, the FSCA was in Limpopo, in particular around Njelele or Vembe region, where they were going door to door to the funeral parlors. So some of the funeral parlors were found wanting, and the investigation is going on. I think, and when they have concluded their investigation, they will share the information via the enforcement committee. So, yes, it might be so that you don't see them now, but they are making inroads when it comes to ensuring that there is compliance with the both Insurance Act and the FACE Act. Thank you very much. I think, I can stop here.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Prue, if you could just close for us. Dr. Prue, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay, I think can you please close for us?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying thank you so much, Mr. Machada. I hope everyone very crucial and very informative. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And I hope our colleagues, they will contact you, because there's a lot of them who indicated that they really need your office in the assistance of obtaining the FSCA license. Thank you so much, and good night to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prue. Thank you, everyone, for attending. For those that are interested, I will be putting together a video which I will share with Dr. Prue, and she can share with all the attendees as well. Thank you, and good night to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.